The other option would be the York, but we haven't seen York.
Yeah, this is Korea. They don't play that.
You're right. This is Korea. They don't do stuff like that. So, Ornn coming out. Now, the thing is that Gen.G, this will come down to Zillion Bombs versus T1 at 3 items plus. Ornaments are going to come out. It's going to be very obnoxious. Sylas has very key ults that he can steal away from the opponents that are really problematic for Gen.G to juggle. So, even though there's a Zillion, it feels like Gen.G need to be the ones to get ahead, and they're coming into this match with the onus on them. High amount of responsibility to do something, and it's going to be really hard. You're playing Zillion with Sejuani in the jungle. That's a very weird pairing and combo.
Yeah.
There is a lot of misalignment here, and I feel like game number 3, T1 walk away yet again with a very powerful draft edge.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit scary. It doesn't mean Gen.G's out of it. The Zillion in a vacuum is really good. He can beat T1's team composition. The bombs and obviously his ultimate, but also enabling Kalista is very big.
Absolutely. I mean, just enabling her to be frontline and giving her a lot of speed, and of course, reviving her when she does go down. So guys, very interesting draft. So once again here, Gen.G this time on blue. Let's jump into game number 3. There you go. As I was a little bit confused about that for a second, but when you play Kalista into Sylas, the Sylas gets a target that he can use Fate's Call on, and so he will choose Faker, actually. So he's not going to be throwing in an Ornn or an Effort or anything like that for an engage. He's actually going to use it for safety for Faker if the time does need it, so he can hop forward, steal Ruler's ultimate, save Faker with a Fate's Call. So, yeah. Cute little thing there as Gen.G go for a little bit of a walk through the jungle and river. They don't find much, but they put down a ward.
And Azir having that free get-out-of-jail card, the Quicksilver Tom Kench, is basically what it is. I don't even, maybe there's a better name for it. Tom Silver Sash. we can go places. I mean, it's basically what the ability does.
Tom Cash. With a K, of course.
Oh man. Do you wonder if Tom tells people that every kiss begins with K? Like that weird commercial.
He would be the one. He would be the one.
All right, well, here in this game, we take a look at the runes, and everything pretty standard. We have Gathering Storm on a couple of champions as well. So everything is looking like we're going to brew up for a mid-game. First dragon of the game is Mountain.
What do you think about the Omni Stone on the Volibear?
That's
just to interject it, right? You know, since you were talking about the dragons.
Well,
you see it on support set, so
yes.
Maybe it's a similar idea.
The thing is that it feels like it's so hard for Volibear to do anything in this because Fresh Flay, Fresh Hook, so good at stopping him. I'm really curious to see why they picked it here. And you can see Jace feeling somewhat comfortable up in top lane with the call. Klid he's looking to Sin to start things off as 2 camps into a blue side invade. Life's going to come over and help him out, so managed to make it work that way. Cuz was opting for a full clear, and Kana just sitting really pretty up on the top side, and we just have to really pay attention to Rascal on this Jace to see what he can do. As Cuz looking like he wants to go for the blue buff of Sejuani, but take a look at Klid, this pathing. Now, Cuz has Smite, and this can get a little dangerous given that Jace has Prio, but it looks like he's going to be able to get it and steal it away.
Klid taking his time, actually. It looks like he was waiting for the Scuttler.
Oh, no.
And now Rascal, what an awkward spot. He's baited into this one. Will he go for the Fat Flash? He gets flashed on, and then a miss. Because of the misread flash, the kill is still going to come down. But the roam up here from BDD will net Gen.G their own kill. Although First Blood was given over to Kana.
And the thing about this is that BDD did end up roaming. Now, Faker actually killed all the minions really quickly, perhaps wanting to get a recall off that doesn't consume his teleport. We'll have to see. And take a look at this. Cuz comes up, and he goes for now he's playing a mind game right there by holding on to it to see if Jace will flash first, and then mispredicts where exactly Rascal ended up flashing to. And it ended up being a 1-for-1, but that's not the end of the world. So First Blood went over to Ornn, which is really valuable. He ends up building a Ruby Crystal first. Life and Ruler are going to pick up the Scuttle Crab on the right-hand side. And all things considered, it's not that bad of an opening for Gen.G, but Mountain Dragon is something that T1 wants to be able to get early.
They want to lock down that objective if they can, because after that start, this is going to return to the Krugs that are going to be respawning here. Faker himself just farming it out. He's going to be a bit ahead on CS because of the way it did go down in the mid lane. Zilean, not very good at CSing with his auto attacks, especially under turret, especially if, you know, it's kind of an awkward situation where a lot of the minions are taking damage. So he's going to get behind. Faker taking a little bit of an aggressive trade here, but not all that much, as we really want to see where these junglers are going to go. Lid, he hasn't really, you know, he was able to get up there and help with the initial kill, but other than that, just kind of farming it out as a nice little trade up in the top side. Kana this time around, looks more comfortable on that Ornn.
Now, Gen.G actually are going to be the ones to convert their bot lane prio into a Mountain Drake capture, as Cuz is more preoccupied on the left-hand side. And Kana, he went Balmy Cinder as the first. Oh, man.
Level 6 is taken, and Rascal doesn't have flash. That's about as easy as it gets. Cuz doesn't even wait for that one, and look at that giant wave that, or rather, Rascal is going to be missing.
Yeah.
Up in the top side. That is pretty dire straits for him, although he does have that teleport to get back to get some of it.
Yeah, and we can just see Jace was trying to get the recall TP off while he knew that a cannon wave was coming in, so he's not going to lose any minions, he'll lose one melee. But T1 capitalizing on that timing. And now Kana is brewing for another solo kill. He elected to take Ignite, and now all that he's going to have to do is wait for the ultimate to be back up, and Jace has to be really careful not to fall below 750 HP or so, which, you take a look at his max HP, it's only 916. So Ornn is able to get Jace into the Ornn combo lethal range really easily inside of the lane, and that is a very scary line to walk if you're Rascal when you don't have flash.
Yep. Just wait for it. Take a couple of trades, you'll have a fun time. Look at Teddy. He knows he has the lantern. He'll just hang around, get as much value out of that as possible. But this Rift Scuttler is still going to go the way of Klid, who does pick up level 6 now on that Sejuani. Cuz still level 5 up in the top side, trying to catch up.
And the bottom right-hand side of the map has slowed down. The one upside, though, is that Teddy is not walking out of this laning phase massively victorious, as Ruler actually ahead a little bit in CS. You can see Kana trying to shove in. Not going to end up getting a turret plate here, but it's not the end of the world. Now, the other thing that is a bit peculiar is that the lethality is the item of choice for Rascal as his first items. When with the Zilean, I would have thought maybe we would see a Monomune build that we've seen previously in the LCK, and then you try to play a poke war against T1 using Zilean bombs and Jace shock blasts. But the lethality is going to taper off very fast in the early and mid game against some of these T1 members, and he's going to really have to show up big in the mid game in order to have value. So Sunfire Cape is almost even built for Ornn.
He's kind of awkwardly gotten behind as Rascal. He doesn't have a big lead in CS. He's 0-2. He's missed some XP. He's level 7 to level 8 of Kana. And T1 say, you want to fight? I mean, we will come to you. Kana does have that call. The board's got it. It's stolen by Cuz. The bombs will come down, but Klid has the Zillion ultimate on top of him, but the Sejuani ultimate not gonna get Cuz in the back line. As now Effort lining it up in the front, and in comes Cuz once again. He is gonna go down, but he sets up the kill onto the Kalista, which is really all he was looking for there. Teddy, 2 kills, double buff, and T1 pick up the Rift Herald, and it's not done yet. This is a greedy recall. You do not have to recall there, and he gives a 3rd kill to Teddy.
And that's going to also be the blue buff going over to Faker, most likely, as Aladios is not going to end up getting it. And you can see that Clid is trying to run over to the left-hand side. He's going to get the bad news. He's going to start up the Gromp. But Kana, in the meanwhile, getting another turret play. Clid cannot kill Kana here. Bellow's Breath would be able to invalidate any sort of a chase or lockups. Ornn is one tanky boy, as he's going to clear out that minion wave. Already got the turret plate, now he's going to channel the recall. 2,000 gold lead here, super early on. Let's take a look at how this all transpired. So, T1, rotate over, Cuz gets the steal. Ornhorn comes out, double knockup onto key targets. BDD couldn't re-enter the fight. Zillion ultimate, just not getting a lot of value. Clid has to flash away, knows it's going to dissipate. The ignite from Ornn ends up killing him. In the end, in the back line there, Cuz almost got the HP restore on the Sylas. But Teddy and Faker playing cleanup crew. And I like how Faker accounted for if Jace walked back further, he would go down.
Yeah.
And maybe look to cover it up.
제이스 칼리 노플. 칼리브 굿.
나이스.
나이스. 오케이, 침착해.
Calm down. At the end there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can tell that Teddy's having fun, right? He's got a big smile on his face. Nice. Comes out, and he's 3-0. Now he's behind on CS, but 3-0 is a great feel anyway. So he's going to be having a good time there after he picks up level 7 from this giant wave that's coming in. And now T1, we'll see if they have the access to fight in here as, okay, TP's coming in. Then they're just going to go for it here, Gen.G. They really want to get this, but it's stolen again by Cuz. Another objective taken as the smites are good here for Cuz at the end of the series. As down will go the bear, not having much fun in this game at all.
Rascal.
Faker, he's on vision. Rascal desperately trying to get on top of him, but he can't. He's going to be hooked and killed. As
Truly a death sentence.
Yep, the kill does go the way of the Thresh, and Faker stays alive. How about another kill and an assist for Teddy, who is absolutely gigantic in this game.
And this is looking really grim right now for Gen.G here. As T1 extend their gold lead even more. The Rift Herald's gonna come out. And Teddy, wow, is getting so much damage. And I believe,
well,
no, actually.
I don't even know what to say about this.
700.
He even barriered early. That was just a little bit of overconfidence, and whoever was saying calm down, I think they got to tell Teddy one more time.
Well, we take a look at this team fight. Another really good steal away. Rascal couldn't quite kill Faker. And then look at the right-hand side. He misses yet another shock blast. Feels really unfortunate. And then it was all just about dogging him down here. So let's take a look at this one more time. Sylas, point of view. Windows mode. Look. And he has the Zillion ultimate. He says, I'm okay. And then it comes back into live, and they commit a teleport here. BDD slows down Teddy, goes for the double bomb, and Clid actually takes it, which...
Why?
Yeah, well,
why? That was even, killing Jace fast, I understand. He can be scary at times. Killing Teddy, who's on 0 health and is going to die to the bomb. Just give that one over. BDD will be desperate for gold as the game does come along. Riller here, he's got the most gold on his team. I think he and Clid are pretty similar there. As Kana, we talk about how Ornn is a ninja. Here's one moment where he's got it going on. As now the exhaust is going to come in. Really nice knockback from Rascal to save him there. But yet another trade going to be won by Kana. As will they go in for this one? The box comes down, but it doesn't quite catch the bear. So the bear trap ineffective this time around.
And Faker getting slowed by Zilean.
Oh, see, he went in for the plate, so he got out of position. He got the plate, but then he felt like, okay, if Klid's here, I'm dead. So I might as well just be safe and flash.
And now Faker. Just wave clearing in mid. Ruler is the one upside right now. Oh, okay, he's dead.
Well, now he doesn't have flash.
It's a nice
easy follow-up for Klid.
Nice big kill for them. Jace also completed his call. 1.5 minutes now until the Ocean Dragon comes up. Faker's not going to have flash available for that.
Oh, Ruler, what is going on? He's just getting in there. Although Effort is the smart one. He immediately puts down the Lantern. He's like, nope, we're not winning this fight. We got the heal out of him, but we're not going to kill him. And immediately Effort is really on position. Effort's quietly having a very clean and great series so far.
And T1 grouping for the second Rift Herald here. They should be able to pick it up for mostly free, as Rascal tries to dish out some damage, but the real fight is going to be at the Ocean Dragon, coming up in 50 seconds. We'll see how close Faker is to getting the Gnasher's Tooth, as Kana has 2 of his ornaments completed. I'm going to pretend that there's not a Frozen Fist, but totally fine. It does have a lot of value against the lethality. So the extra armor is good there, but obviously missing out a little bit on the Abyssal Mask, given that there's enormous amounts of magic damage on his team and all that HP and mana. But Faker, so he just got caught out here. The wave was coming into the turret no matter what, and Cuz is on the right-hand side, so it would be safe. He didn't need to walk that far up, which, interestingly enough, the reason that he flashed seconds prior to that was if Sejuani comes out of the Fog of War over the wall, he would have been dead to a Zilean Bomb.
Yeah.
But then he stands in a spot that leaves him still susceptible to it. So
Ruler and Life in a brush down there. It doesn't really feel like it's shown. It's like there's no brush there, but actually there is. So just pretend there's a brush there, guys. The Life, Klid, and Ruler all grouping up. Speaking of grouping up, T1 over here. Faker taking a little bit of damage. He wants to go for a back and get full health, but no TP left available.
yeah.
This Dragon will be started up, and it doesn't look like T1 really want to fight too much, although here we go. Kana is going to come in and check it. Will Cuz get here on time? It looks like the answer is no. Death sentence actually pretty close. Ultimate is going to come out. Not sure how they plan on killing the Ornn. And it doesn't really pan out as down will go Shirley. And now they found BDD in the mid lane. Gonna force that ultimate out here from the Zilean. Shock Blast doing a lot, and in goes the bear into that back line. But Kana and Cuz having a lot of tankiness between the two of them. Kana just gonna heal with that unsealed spellbook, and the push will continue. They take out a turret in the mid lane after all of that action.
And T1, they're still retaining about their 3,000 gold advantage over their opponents. They're waiting on more core item completions to come in. And Ruler is the really scary problem right now, because he is so massive on this Kalista. He has almost a third, I mean a little bit over actually, 30 CS advantage here over Teddy. Kana gonna rotate down to bottom. Now, if you're T1, you still have 10 minutes until a soul would come up. You can easily just scale into ornaments and keep purchasing them on all of your champions. So you get Zanya's Paradox on the Silas, get the Molten Edge for the Aphelios. And you can see that Thresh already picked up the Mikhail's Crucible. And things are in a little bit of a standstill now. It's very hard for either team to force a team fight without the opponent somehow being able to consent otherwise.
That is very true. I don't think, unless there's a big mistake that either unless there's a big mistake made, I don't think anything's going to happen here. Speaking of mistakes, you have Life getting hit from downtown, but the Volibear is going to be able to heal back up. just fine, but did have to flash away from that one, so a little bit of a mistake made to grant T1 some ability to move in here on this top turret.
And as it currently stands, Faker still just shoving away up in top lane. Not really doing a whole bunch. We're just going to play ping pong now. This is one of our favorite pastimes here in the LCK.
Big fan.
It wouldn't be a final without it.
It's true. We need to have it here as, is that 334? Oh.
That is 334. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a thing. Ooh.
Like, who wins this trade? Yes, nice knockback, but... like,
Ornn is very unpleased.
that was his full combo, like everything.
Yeah.
He could have used every cooldown
Huh?
in his kit. Let's hear he's like,
What?
I
What?
can't help you!
What?
What am I gonna do? There it is, the mage, the wizard, the absolute 200 IQ genius that is a Ornn from 2 levels ahead, is able to clap the Jace in front of the two of them. And that tank has smite, by the way. He's level 13.
Yeah, and he TP's in, and Sejuani on the right-hand side of the map. Now, she should be able to get here in time for this to be a smite fight. You can see Klid almost there. He has flash, and remember he has his ability to move forward.
Okay.
Oh, but he gets stopped!
Okay, gonna get in there, and, well, there you have it. The smite will go the way.
Oh!
That's a nice couple of bombs. In goes light. Do they have the damage,
No,
though?
they
And the
don't.
answer is no. The AoE damage coming out here from Teddy is huge, and Ruler is trying so hard, but he can't quite do it alone. As now we got another Ornhorn, by the way. It's up again. They've got one Cloud Drake. It's going to help out a lot as down you go. That's a bruiser, by the way. Just going to smack him down. And that will be another kill going the way of T1. They take Baron. They get pretty much everything. As now with the Ocean Drake coming up here, T1 are just so far ahead.
Well, that is potentially the nail in the coffin, Valdez. That was such a series of events that just ended up unfolding. And I have no idea what to even say about it. And remember, this is Ornn, the Mage, Death Knight, Paladin, Hunter, Rogue, Warrior, Enchanter, Tank, Bruiser, Wizard, Warlock, Priest, Assassin, Gunslinger, Druid, Shaman, Necromancer, Ninja, Bard, Monk, Robot, Conjurer, Blacksmith, Mystic, Warding, God, Illusionist, Templar, Wizard, showing what he can really do here in this game. The Baron ends up going the way of T1. Klid almost was able to get there. It was a Hail Mary attempt, and the Volley Baron sort of goes in, but then I don't know what he's supposed to accomplish, because it's not like he's being fasted by Senna, and he has excess items or even higher base levels. So, for the most part, just able to be ignored, and like you pointed out, much like a wizard, Ornn has the ultimate up again, and Rascal just gets brought down. So, in live, though, we get another fight.
Omnipotent.
Yeah, and it looks like
the high fives are already coming out. I think the coaches know this is clean so far, this series. Now Cuz has got the angle. Oh no. We're going to get the knock up here, and you see just huge amounts of chunking in the front line as BDD just desperately is going to get that double stun, but it doesn't matter. As everybody else is just going to be burst down. They're smacking them with their wallets, as our good friend Atlas would say. And there it is. The hook is going to come down. No more ultimate for you, BDD. See you later. Effort's going to go down, but it doesn't matter. Teddy is going to pick it up, and I think that was the unofficial penta.
that was an unofficial penta.
He got the triple-double here in League of Legends. 9-1-4. This Aphelios is doing a lot right now, and there's nothing that Gen.G can do to stop him.
And I think that this is probably all she wrote. T1 have now gone up to almost a 10,000 gold lead here at just such an early game point, all things considered, for what we expected out of these two team comps. And take a look at this. As the Ocean fight, you can see Gen.G, they're lining up for Ornn. And even though he doesn't hit a Miracle Ultimate, it's so hard for Gen.G to juggle the aggro. You have a Jace playing backline, trying to peel for the Kalista and the Zillion, but Zillion doesn't offer enough right now. It's just the base levels and the wallets on the side of T1. Insane value and really good angle of engage for T1 where Gen.G just couldn't really juggle it, and things are falling apart all across the map. Ornaments are starting to come in on the champions on T1 just to add insult to injury.
Yep, it's pretty insane what they're able to do, and it was insane that Kana was only able to hit one person when they were all lining up in a literal row. But he managed it. It didn't end up mattering, but they still were able to win this fight heavily. Because now they're just pushing without Baron. Baron going to spawn in 2 minutes. Who knows if this game is even going to last 2 more minutes at this rate. Ruler is their only hope, but when you're going up against this much power, I don't think it really matters. Kalista doesn't quite have the range.
No.
Nor the firepower.
And we'll see. As Faker is going to get the blue. And I am looking, I'm looking at the items here, and things are just looking really rough.
Yeah.
If
You're
you
also
look
looking at a
across the
champ,
board.
by the way.
Yeah, I am looking at a champ.
Because at this rate, I think we can already kind of say that T1 have solidified their spot on that throne. We'll see if Gen.G can pull off the miracle comeback, but it's not looking good. Not gonna lie to you guys.
Well, this is really Doom's spot. Now, Gen.G, they did buy themselves, well, they have a lot of time bought because Ocean Soul doesn't come up for a while. Baron in 50 seconds is scary. However, Zillion can try to wave clear, and they could try to give up inhibitors and then try to stay afloat inside of the game. So maybe worst case scenario, if you're a T1 fan, you're waiting about another 9 minutes for an end. But T1 could easily just blow this wide open in the next 3 minutes and also end there. Not really a whole bunch of options that can unfold, and man, a 3-0, Valdez. That is what's on the menu, apparently.
Yeah, it was not the most common prediction. That was actually 3-1. That did get predicted. Everybody did predict T1, and after seeing the series, I suppose that does make sense. Gen.G is going to make one last stand. They're just going to go for it. Going to try to land some bombs on a Teddy, who has Severim and insane amounts of lifesteal. He's 9-1 right now, as he's just frontlining. I'm not sure about that one. He does have stopwatch. Can he actually get out of this as he immediately flashes, and look at the AoE damage. That should be the nail in the coffin right here. As 3 members, though, of Gen.G will be able to get away. T1 now, they have the Rift. It is their oyster. They can do whatever they want with it. It looks like they're going to send a couple over to the Baron and 3 towards mid to push. Because as I mentioned, they can do whatever they want. They can even teleport Faker back into the fight to continue pushing, as there's still 20 seconds left on Ruler's death timer.
And they're achieving multiple things at once here. They're going to raise the mid-inhibitor turret while getting the Baron.
Yeah. Not going to push to end just yet.
They're going to go for a reset off of this, probably pick up the Ocean Dragon. And things are looking really grim. 13,000 gold lead here for T1 in 27 minutes. And the Fabled Book has been completed, and in it lies on the first page, Gen.G.
Absolutely. They've written it down. Look at Teddy. He's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
So Teddy ends up going golden. It buys enough time for Eladios to do a lot after he comes out of the stasis. And it was just a pretty easily won team fight.
Well, Rascal here, just to add insult to injury, is going to be demolished in the bottom side. And there's the Ocean. As you do see that it will go down. One more away from the soul.
Yep.
As this feels like the end of an American football game, where they're like 14 points ahead and there was an
Yeah.
interception. It's like, okay, there's 2 minutes left in the game, but everybody's already celebrating. That's the way it actually feels right now. Because T1, there's, Teddy almost has 5 items, or full builds at this point at 30 minutes. They're just tanking it. Kana, he's got like 400 armor. What does he care? TP will be coming in. As there's the engage, they find Ruler. He is going to flash away, but for how long? He is actually able to get away from the engage of Cuz. As Cuz will just hop away. Down goes another inhibitor. As from downtown, by the way, he's just going to ult himself just in case. Didn't want to add another death onto this one. 1-1 and 5 looks okay for BDD, at least in the loss.
Yep, and now they're just shredding the turret. Help from all the minions.
There you go, the double knockup. He finds Ruler on the bottom side. Bullabear dies, and that is going to do it.
An award explicitly, but it's an achievement that you earn in Korea when you debut in the Major League for the first time as a starter or a first comer and make it all the way to the finals and then win it.
Yeah.
So you only ever have one chance ever in your career to Royal Road. There's not a lot of Royal Roaders in the history of Korean majors.
Yeah, and I actually have a list on that note. Shy Mata, Tom Blank, Cry, Hoonie, and Prophet, Cuz, Clid, and Gory are the other Royal Roaders. So add Kana to that list as a Royal Roader. Add a 10th LCK title to Faker's list. 10. He's been to 11, which by itself, even if he didn't win every single one, is insane. But guys, I'm going to hand it over to Caster Chun. G-Sun to help out with this one. We will be back.
Once again, this is our 2020